All right, it is Thursday, July 15th, 9:36 a.m. Actually, kind of, I don't know. The past 2 days I haven't been sleeping well, so today I woke up at my alarm time, which is 8:20, and then I kind of dozed off. I woke up again at 9:19. I still got ready right at the market open. PHIL was a morning panic bounce play. Now I didn't trade the largest size because I don't know. This one just seemed a bit iffy. But I bought anyway, 30,000 shares at 12, which was 300. No, what is that? That's like a $350 position. I wanted again a nice uptrend past VWAP or towards VWAP at least. We didn't get that. It just had a crazy spike. I bought at 934 right here. Green candle, gonna risk off of this 19 level in at 20, so really it's a very tight risk. And sure, I could have traded larger. I even thought about buying twice, but just wanted to play it safe because I just got into the markets. It's not perfectly ideal, but I still traded it. I still pushed myself to trade it. And 936, I sold in two pieces, I believe, into this spike right here at 125. I wasn't able to get any of this at 128, but I still sold up there, and that was what was that? That was a $15 gain. Again, just not a large position. I traded again like $350 or something like that. PHIL, that was it. I was watching MWWC first, but it just didn't look clean. Gamer, I haven't looked at this at all. Looks like it has some kind of a panic right here. It did look clean, but again, we had this crazy spike. I don't know why these are doing this, but that's the situation. I'll be looking at DPLS potentially for a morning panic bounce play. LCOP in theory did one. I just missed it, really. Probably should have focused more on that. That's where I'm at the moment. Alright, 942. I was watching DPLS pretty carefully, but I was very hesitant on considering a trade. For a moment, I thought about 15, but I didn't take it. Just wanted to wait because of the fact this one trades very strangely, and it did that right where it had this drop. I kind of thought this was the most it was going to drop because of how big the candle was. There wasn't no big obvious volume candle. It was just these three big ones right here. And yeah, it did a rip through. I tried placing an order at 1402 at 942. I didn't get executed, and that's totally fine. Now it looks like it's trying to uptrend. Maybe if it were to drop back maybe to this 14.3 level, I might consider it, and then we'll go for VWAP. But I don't mind if I miss this one because DPLS isn't really necessarily clean in terms of morning panic bounce plays. As you can tell, I had a big volume here, but I've learned not to really trade 934 actually. Maybe I would have actually been trapped in this one. Maybe not, because again, I know this thing trades extremely like just not very nicely. So that's where I'm at the moment. I don't see anything else, but there might be other setups out there. Alright, it is 10:03 a.m. I just missed my entry here at 436, give or take. First step towards VWAP. I'll be honest, I was just too damn scared. This one trades all weird. LCLP, I have a feeling like maybe they're going to turn around and start dumping this stock and letting it downtrend. That was my fear, really. Look how large the wicks are here. It's just kind of scary. So I don't think that's right. Is that right? How can there be much more volume than it was? That's not right at all. I don't understand why it says there's a little volume yesterday, but anyway. Is it gonna work? It probably is. I was just too damn scared because again, it's just, I don't know. It just feels like, well, okay, what if I take a buy and it just throws off, comes down, just breaks under VWAP? I know the answer to that. I have to sell and cut losses quickly. Yeah, I was just too damn scared. I'm glad to see this one work. Next time I see something like this, I'll be less hesitant considering the setup. But yeah, I mean, I could have considered it at 436. Now it's at 47. So there's definitely a lot of range, even though it doesn't look like it at all. I thought the reason why I didn't trade this one, I didn't think there was much range here. When I said, okay, it dropped from 30, I thought it was 30. Yeah, it dropped from 30 to at the time it was like 27. So I'm like, all right, that's not much range. That's almost 10%. So I should have probably have realized that some of these just trade with a range, you know, that is a lot more different than what it seems to be. Yeah, my fault there for hesitating. Even if this one doesn't work out, I should have taken it. It's still the second day. It's not like the 18th day or something crazy like that. Could still have a lot of range. And the new one, DRNG had this breakout here. I didn't think it was going to just break like this. This is a very strong breakout. Maybe I'll trade it if it does a head and shoulders. Not that I'm going to short the shoulder, but if it has another drop towards this 6.5, 6.7, maybe 7.0 level, I'll buy into that, thinking that maybe it'll make another shoulder. I could totally do that. So I don't have any setups right now. I've understood now. Some of these stocks that just run 1,000% or something crazy, 500% on the day. Some of them, they never touch VWAP. It's just always uptrending, always lots of big volume. So that's something I've learned, like a sort of price action that I have to keep an eye on. Yeah, this thing's working, and I deserve to miss this. I was just too scared to trade that. I shouldn't have. DPLS had that nice panic bounce play. It just didn't get executed. I don't mind it because, you know, this thing's a bit scary too. But it worked out. I did cancel the order while I still could have gotten executed too. But I did try just because the price action seemed like it was going to break 14. And then it just turned around and let it go an uptrend. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't regret this one. I did try LCLP. I do regret missing this VWAP. First dip towards VWAP setup. DRNG. I don't regret missing this breakout here. That would have been a little too much. I don't regret the dip here either. I'll consider it if it turns around. No setups at the moment. Alright, it is 10:38. I want to go over this first dip under VWAP setup here with DRNG. It kind of had one back here, but I'm not going to really count it. This is what I thought was going to happen. A head and shoulder, shoulder head, and now it can make a shoulder. It can keep uptrending. It can be an uptrending head and shoulders. But so I was first watching it around here kind of closely. I was considering maybe like, oh, it could do something like this where it's a dip buy, even though it's not at VWAP. It's just a dip buy, a random dip buy. But you know, I don't really like those, so I just kept watching it. I didn't like the price action too much either. It decided to downtrend some more, and then I thought, okay, is it going to be at VWAP? It kind of broke it. Right here, I could have considered it at 6.4. I just didn't take the trade just because it was under it. I just wasn't sure. But something I learned from this is that I should also, when it comes to dip towards VWAP setups, just like morning panic bounce plays, consider the volume. So here's a big volume candle right at 10:30, which kind of showed that maybe this thing can turn around because all the panicking finishes from this range right here, and now it's reversing nicely at 81 from 6.4. I hope I can get into something like this and not hesitate in the future. 954 here was that larger volume. I'm going to be looking for that in the future when it comes to first dip towards VWAP, first dip under VWAP setups, and of course, if it dips towards VWAP, I have to take the trade and risk the VWAP level. I know it can be picky, like it's just going to dip a little and then come back. That's too bad. I'm kind of new to the setup, so I should just probably just focus on practicing. That makes sense. Look, 10:03, right? 10:03 right here. Green candle, big volume. That's okay. I'll be more ready in the future for this type of setup again. DPLS did drop, but I didn't want to consider it. Typically first dip or, you know, dip towards VWAP setups in general tend to work on the stock that is uptrending. On the day, this isn't really uptrending if you ask me. So yeah, I basically missed the dip buy here with LCLP. DPLS, I also, at least I tried to get executed. DRNG, I missed this price action here. I don't regret missing this because that is a random random dip buy, not a random devop. What the heck? As for the other ones that I removed, they just started to look like crap. Gamer isn't doing much. It's not looking nice. Right, it's just not looking nice. Nothing I want to trade. Just have them removed because they started looking all ugly. So that's where I'm at the moment. I don't see any setups I want to trade anymore. Great lesson there. I'll consider looking at the volume when it comes to dip towards VWAP setups, whether it's slightly above it, right at VWAP, or slightly below it. You know, I'll be considering it. It had it here with LCLP, right? DRNG, it had it here. It was under, but it did it. Big volume candle at 10:30, right where I could have gotten entered at 6465ish. It got to, at least right now, it got as high as 81. So that's a great lesson. Only one puny trade, but that could be a lot worse. I still have a lot of things to get better at. Alright, it is 4:02. I'm here to call it off. INCC had a very nice run towards the end of the day. Did not want to trade it. Did not want to trade it at all. Very impressive how much it moved. I guess I'll be watching this tomorrow if they can, I don't know, do a morning spike, maybe. A morning panic bounce play, maybe. But, you know, it is known to do stuff like this, just like LCLP. Although this one, I totally underestimated how much it was going to spike. I was considering, where was it? Not DBLS, DRNG, the spike from here to here. It was successful. I just hesitated. Great lesson there. DPLS also missed, although I tried the morning panic bounce play. Really, that's all I got. Just one trade with PHIL. It wasn't even that nice. I should have considered buying LCLP instead. My trade was back here, I believe. Yeah, it was not down there. It was up there. LCLP was definitely the setup I should have taken instead. I should have been more attentive to the range it was trading. I thought it wasn't much. It actually was. So that's all I got. Going to call it off. A good trading day. Traded a small position with PHIL because it wasn't really perfect. I hope I can push myself to keep trading and doing larger sizes on morning panic bounce plays. Just really getting into this whole trading thing. Clearly a lot of things I could get better at, but I did do that nice trade with PHIL there. At least I have that.